Chutzpah. The best way to sell something is to get a fake child to cry. They literally brag about it. It's encouraged, Sally. No, it is encouraged. That's why if someone's offended right now, oh, how dare you? How dare it's factually it's encouraged. It's like, oh, you're a clever boy. You figured out how to get them to buy your shoes. You say that, okay, I'll give you an example. Adam Sandler, who I like as a person. He gave me a lot of breaks in comedy, and I like him. One of the main jokes in Zohan is that the electronic stores are always going out of business. Like they factually brag about being liars. So one of the stores that is owned by what TV Funhouse guy, Robert Smigel, hilarious guy, hilarious, very like, oh Jesus, I'm squirting again. Okay, the main joke is that it's like 90% off every day. Ezra Levant said, put sad children and you make way more money. Yeah. And they tell you like you're going to be excited about it. They're like, guys, I just figured something out. If you say you have cancer and like an old person's dying, these printed will give you all their money. Oh, Jesus, I'm squirting again. The Palestinians are trying to hurt me. Guys, it's so great. Just pretend that that little Palestinian kid is throwing rocks at you, and then you can kill all of them like they're rabbits. Swartzen was hilarious in that movie. Yeah, yeah. The movie's funny. That's one reason why I like Sandler. He's so open about how things are. Like so, like like Black Diamonds or something, or Black Rock. He did this movie where he was a diamonds salesman, where he literally is playing the grabbler. He's like, "How much money do you have?" Outdated. It's crazy. Like Sandler knows. But they brag about it. They're like, okay, how can we get the Goyim to buy our bullshit? You know, and dude, in their defense, let me play a little devil's advocate, and I do mean devil's advocate. In their defense, if the Goyim are so like money hungry and greedy that they're gonna be so dumb that they're gonna be like, oh, this Walkman was originally $1 million and now it's only $1,000. I'm gonna spend my kid's future on this. They're like, then you deserve it, and that's why the gets away with it because we deserve it when we do that, and it's okay. I'm not even mad about it. It's a shit test. It's like when you see a cucked man, you're like, oh, he deserves that because he had every opportunity to not be cucked. When a woman's like, oh, you shut up. Oh, you shut up, Steve. And I'm talking to the girls right now. Okay, that's when Steve says, girls, time for you all to go home. You're not, no. No one's talking to Steve like that, right? It's like, oh, hey, Steve. Oh my God, it's just my stupid husband. It's like, you never talk to me like that again, or you're not allowed on the telephone. You understand? It's the same with Jays. Jays look to monetize everything you want. That's all they do. They're not even bad. I mean, they're bad, but it's like, it's fun bad. It's like what they do is they're like, okay, the Goyim want this. So let's figure out how to get the best deal we can. And if you keep them in check by not being greedy, lustful little freaks, you know, it's like, oh, the porn. Don't watch the porn. I haven't watched porn in years. And I have a really high sex drive. And I used to watch tons of it. And it's still readily available for free all over the internet. Just stop watching it. Watch something better. That's the shit test. The woman, you know, it's like the woman shit testing the society. That's why when you see get power and women get power in society, it means the society's collapsing. That's why in the Bible it says, if a nation is run by women and foreigners, it's cursed. Because that means the men have stopped saying no. The men have overindulged. They can't say no to their wives because the wife knows what kind of a piece of shit they are. That's why Amy treats me so well. You see it. You'll never see Amy disrespect me. And it's because she knows I'm a good guy. Like what I present to you guys, like I'm way more flawed and boisterous and vulgar here than I am in life. And like, okay, perfect example. If I was to come on these live streams and lie, like if I was to come on here and my life's work, which is this, was a lie, she wouldn't respect me. That's why a real cuck to their dominant wives, because they're like, Ira, I know what your little fund is. Oh, Jesus, Stacy. You know, they know they're only scamming. So, like, when the woman knows the guy's a scammer and a liar and a pervert, she's not going to respect him and she's going to treat him like shit. And if the guy is like, don't treat me like that, they're like, what have you been watching in your office? I know you're off in there every night. Oh, how dare you? It's like, why don't you tell your investors what's really going on at the mill? It's like, oh, don't you dare tell my investors. Oh, Jesus, I'm whacking off again. And then they're like, you shut your mouth, Ira. That's when women get control. That's when foreigners get control. Because when American can no longer say, this is America, you can't rule us from a foreign land, they go, oh, yeah, why'd you just bring in all those Dominicans? You don't want to farm your own land? They're like, oh, yeah, I mean, didn't you tell them they're American? Well, yeah, I mean, they wouldn't come unless we told them they're American, but they're not really American. I mean, okay, we now rule you. And they're like, no, we're going to stop you. It's like, how are you going to stop us? You've brought in the lie that these people that can't even speak English are American now because you won't pick your own lettuce. Well, how are we supposed to pick our own lettuce? We're too busy masturbating. We didn't have any children because we shot our squirt loads in the garbage can. You see? You see how insane it is? Conservative means conned into bring servitive. Service means slave in Latin. That's hilarious. That I'm uncircumcised, and they freak out. They're like, oh Jesus. That's why I'm so good at this Ira character. I know exactly what they're doing. Like, dude, they're like, oh, I hear it's unclipped. Like guys that call themselves heterosexuals. They're like, I hear it's an unclipped monster. What the talking about, man? It's like, oh, Jesus, can I just watch it spray? Then I'm like, so did you circumcise your kids? Like, of course, we're not disgusting animals. Now let me watch it spray. I bet it's a monster.